I just finished making 5. I had planned to make 6, but I didn't get the 6th one done. I have 5 new mini journals. They measure 6 inches by 4.5. They are junk journals, but not so much junk, more writing space. So there's just one signature, and it includes mostly writing paper, a few book pages, and a few coloring book pages, some magazine ad. This was from an old crochet instruction book. I like to put a few pages from children's books in there. Magazine page. This is writing paper, just an assortment of different types. Little drawing paper, lined paper, some of my jelly print paper. They're all very similar. I started with 2 pieces of chipboard, just from the back of notepads and that kind of stuff. So there's one piece here, one piece here. Then those are sewn to a strip of fabric. That gives the spine a lot of flexibility. Then it's all sewn together onto another piece of fabric. One piece that goes across the inside cover. And then this one has a fabric pocket. They're all a little bit different. This one just has a little tag made out of scrapbook paper. And it has an old button for the closure and a hairband, which I attached a ribbon to make it a little bit easier to get around that button. So there's one on the cover, a page from an old Montgomery Ward's catalog, 1929, and an old picture from a scrapbook that I had gotten at a flea market, and some more of that scrapbook paper. So I won't really show you the insides of each of these because they're all very similar. This one has some handmade paper from Nepal on the cover, and then some images from my flow book. And I thought this little Alice in Wonderland figure worked really well there, and a die-cut flower. And I used some die-cut leaves to kind of give her wings. This one has a Velcro closure. And inside is fabric, the same as the others. A little pocket, similar material on the inside. These two are similar, very much alike. I started to make 2 different ones. This was going to be the front, and this was going to be the back of this one, but then I just liked the cover so well, I decided just to use plain, make the backs kind of plain, and the fronts with some old book page in the back. Then I took some white gesso and scraped it across there with a credit card. A little stamping, some Tim Holtz washi tape, a page from a book, die-cut flower, and this is a stamp which I embossed with gold and cut out. This one has a Velcro closure with a little flower on there that I added some liquid embossing to. And the inside has this fabric. I believe it's drapery fabric. I got a sample book of fabrics, and I had a bunch of different fabrics in there. I really liked them. So I used fabric on this one and a stitched pocket with a paint chip tag. And also just lots of paper on the inside. And this one has a button closure, and this button is made from one of my shells that I found that I tumbled and polished and drilled. On the inside it has just the plain tea-stained muslin. Some decorated paper I made, a little tag, similar papers on the inside. And one more. This one was made from a scrap of feed sack, and like the colors on it, so I glued it down to the cardboard and then stitched around it, added a Monopoly excuse me, Monopoly card and some trim that I painted blue, and this little bird I cut from a book, an old button and hair tie for the closure. And inside is some of that vintage wallpaper I got for Christmas, which I love, and a little pocket. And once again, lots of writing space. So I made 5 of these. I'll be selling them at my farmer's market. And I worked on them pretty much all week. I think it took me about 3 or 4 days to finish all 5. Okay, thanks for watching.